Hello everyone, I'm Emma and we are here at the Pilates Taylor studio. Today we're going to do one of my favorite sequences of movement. I call it oiling the shoulder joints. We're going to use the Pilates softball. If you don't have one, you can alternatively use the foam roller, which I know everyone has, but you never use it. And also a TheraBand, which again everyone has, but they don't know where it is. If you don't have either, it's still possible to do the sequence. I will show you when we get on the floor. So let's do it. First of all, let's start on your back. It is the best way to start, lying down on your back just to find your breath. Better have your legs bent just because it's more comfortable for the lower back. And then you have a moment to observe how you lie on the floor today, especially the area of your shoulders that we are going to focus on today. It is always useful to compare one side with the other side. Therefore, let's start by bringing our attention onto the right shoulder and the right arm, how they're resting on the floor. But also the distance that you can sense between the right shoulder and your right ear while you lie like this. Slowly we bring our attention onto the left shoulder, observing how is it resting, is it heavier than the right shoulder, and what's the distance of the shoulder from your left ear. And now let's slowly turn on your side. When you lie on your side, I do use cushions under the head. How many cushions you use is always an individual thing. I do go for having my head in line with the neck and thoracic spine. That feels comfortable for me. One other thing to pay attention to when you lie on your side is if you are actually on your side and you're not slightly rolling backwards or you're rolling forward. We try to be as much as possible having the bottom shoulder underneath the top shoulder, top hip on top of the bottom hip, and having the knees bend in a 90-degree angle. So we take the overball first. You have it in front with your top hand resting heavy on the ball and the arm straight. So we start to reach with the arm straight forward in the direction that you're looking, as if you wanted to reach something that is just straight in front of you. And then we retract the arm and pull the shoulder back. Imagine that if there was a wall behind you, your shoulder blade will go and press against that wall. And when you reach, the shoulder blade slides along your rib cage. The breathing we follow here is breathing in when you lengthen your arm, breathing out when you retract and you pull your shoulder back. And the breathing at this instance is the oil, is what makes the joint looser, softens the muscles around the joint and the ligaments. After about 6 repetitions, we change the direction, so we bring the ball just above your knees, and you continue the same idea. This time we have more emphasis on pulling the shoulder up towards your ear and just lengthening a little bit down towards the knee. And we continue with our breath, breathing in, lengthening towards the knees. Breathing out, shrugging the shoulder towards your ear. And once you've done 6 or 8 repetitions, we change the diagonal and the arm will go upwards. Imagine that now you're reaching something that is above the head. Your hand remains heavy on the ball and you lengthen in this direction. Breathing in as you reach. Breathing out as you slide now the shoulder blade downwards towards the mid-spine. Breathing in, lengthening, breathing out, sliding the shoulder down. I will say that this direction is probably the most important. Raising the arms over the head, we always find it a little bit harder than reaching down. After 6 or 8 repetitions, we leave the ball to the side and we go for the arm circles now. You keep the arm straight like before, and now reaching out of the shoulder joint, you take the arm over the head, slowly behind you, then circling the arm down to the hip and returning back in front of you. Of course, it's not just your arm moving, but is the head, the ribs rolling backwards to facilitate the arm. You know, our arms are never independent. They rely on the rib cage being soft, allow them to reach upwards, out to the sides. And we do our 4 circles. Breathing in as the arm goes over the head, breathing out, circling and reaching down to the hip and forward again. And now we move into the other direction, going down to the hip first, allowing your ribs to roll with you. Arm returns over the head and in front of you. And remember, we have no goal here. So you keep a very, very comfortable range of movement and no aim to touch the floor. We don't want to touch the floor with your arm. This was the side done. Let's now push these cushions out of the way. You lie on your back for a moment with your legs bent, just to again check how your shoulders are now resting on the floor. Most importantly, check your breath on the left side and the right side. The side you were just walking on and the other side that was resting. Observe if there is any difference between the two sides. And now, let's move on and do the other side. On this side I will use the foam roller just to show it to you with a different piece of equipment. You again lie down on your side, have a moment to make sure you are on your side. You have the foam roller just in front of you. The bottom arm, just have it slightly lower than the top that we're gonna work with. When you breathe in, you lengthen the arm. now pulling your shoulder back behind you. Sending your breath at the shoulder blade. And just feeling how your shoulder blade slides along your rib cage at the back. Now is the time to sense how the muscles in that area feel. That area is very difficult to access between the shoulder blades. We can't easily touch it. And it does get quite tight. So we bring the breath, this sort of part of the spine, when you lengthen the arm forward and then breath out, pulling the shoulder backwards. After 6 or 8 repetitions, you can have your own pace. We take the foam roller lower down. You will have your hand very near the knees. And now we lengthen gently down and the shoulder moves away from your ear. And then you pull the shoulder back towards your ear. Breathing in. And breathing out, we shrug the shoulder up. And if you find that the body responds to this movement of the arm, that's absolutely fine. For me, I can observe now that my head responds, and I let it move. After 6 or 8 repetitions, we take the arm in the upper diagonal. And straight away I find that my eyes follow the hand. That means the whole shape of my upper spine is going to change to help me reach upwards with the arm. And I get the help of the breath, breathing in, lengthening up. Breathing out, sliding the shoulder down. Breathing in and breath out, return. Trying to sense what is the root of your arm now that it lengthens up in this direction. Is it the shoulder blade? Or is it further down the middle of the spine? We do a few more repetitions on this diagonal. You can allow the body to follow. And finally we leave the roller on the side. You can bring the arms together and we go for the big circles. The arm is straight, it's quite active, reaching forward first, over your head, exploring the air behind you, returning down and in front of you. The breath is still present, breathing in, breathing out, returning. Allowing your ribs to roll in both directions. Breathing out, rolling backwards. Breathing in, rolling forward. And now we're going to change the direction. The arm softly goes down to your hip, exploring the space behind you, coming breathing in, breathing out as you return. One last time, as you roll backwards, notice that the palm of your hand faces the ceiling. As you return, the palm turns down towards the floor. And one last time in this direction. Breathing in, breathing out, returning on your side. So that was this side done. And now we move the cushions out of the way. And you have a moment on your back again, with your legs bent. Observing how your breath moves your ribs now that you've done both sides. Is one side of your rib cage more present than the other side? And what about the distance between your ears and your shoulders? Slowly turn on your side, come up to sitting. It's time to use the TheraBand. So we have elbows tucked in next to the ribs. You hold it to the TheraBand. Now I have a very light TheraBand, so I do start with my hands very close together so I can get resistance from the band. Softly hold, you don't want to really tense your hands when you do it. And when we pull the TheraBand apart, initially breathe out. Breathing in, controlling the pull when you return. Breathing out, pulling apart. Breathing in, slowly return. Something very important when you do the exercise is that you isolate the arm and you won't allow your ribs to move forward like this. The ribs stay soft, especially after the sequence we just did, and you only pull your hands away from each other and you return. This exercise is actually very nice to do in front of a mirror. And now we do a few alternating. So once your right hand pulls, then the left. Breathing out, return, breath out, the left. We'll do a few more with each. Very simple but very effective exercise. Very important for the shoulder stability, for the position of the shoulders. Have a moment, we let the arms rest for a second. We do our last set, this time, hands together, pulling and hold and take a breath in, into the collarbones, breathing out, slowly return. Breathing in here, breath out, you pull, hold the tension. Breathing in into the collarbones and slow return. We do a few more. We breathe out. Breathing in, breath out, return. And again, holding the tension, breath in and slow return. We're going to go on the floor for one last exercise. It is a very popular exercise, the plank. We're going to focus on the position on the shoulders, when you do it. So let's go down on the floor. First, we make sure the hands are under the shoulders, they are shoulder width apart. We gently slide shoulder blades down towards your hips. And you just pay attention that you have a nice distance between the shoulder blades at the back. You don't want to find that they want to come and kiss each other. Yeah, some distance is good. At the same time, the spine between the shoulder blades, mid-back is very long. So have a moment before you straighten your legs. You just feel of the crown of the head lengthening forward in this direction. Your tailbone lengthening back this direction. You're not going to move, but you take a few breaths. Imagine that you're getting longer in the waist area without losing any of this lift you have, not finding yourself slowly coming closer to the floor. So the arms are active throughout, pushing away from your mat. It is the time to straighten one leg slowly and make sure you're not going to shift your weight to the other side when you do it. Breath out, we straighten, we tuck the toes under. Breath in here. Breathing out, you straighten the other leg. We stay here for 2 breaths. When you're ready, you bend one leg, you bend the other leg. We're going to repeat. I always find myself reminding my clients that the transition to the position is also very important. So we're going to straighten the other leg first now. Breath out. Having a moment here, visualizing this length along your spine, along your waist. The heel is reaching back. With a breath out, we straighten the other leg and you hold the position for 3 breaths now. Very slowly you bend one leg, you bend the other leg. And you can take a little sit bones back towards your heels to keep your hands at rest. Right, we're going to do the plank one more time. We bring again, shoulders above the hands. Having a breath, lengthening through the spine. Crown of the head lengthens forward, the tailbone lengthens back. Sending your breath at the low back ribs. Breath out, sliding one leg straighten, tuck the toes under. Breath in here, with a breath out you straighten the other leg. We hold for 3 breaths. It never gets easy, the plank, does it? Or it does, but we have to practice it very often. That was it. for today. Thank you for doing this with me. I guess I get also motivated to practice the plank more often. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.